Yo, what's up, meatheads? Hope you're having an amazing day and welcome to another episode of the Meathead of the Mic podcast. It's your boy, the returning champion, IFBB Pro, Matt Butali. And today I'm going to be asking you if you hold yourself accountable or if you hold yourself hostage. All right. So if that sounds sort of confusing, if it's something that you want to listen to a little bit more and get a little bit of a breakdown about, or if you struggle with motivation, then this is definitely the episode that you need to give me your undivided attention on. Okay. So if you guys get value from this podcast or anything that I do post on my social media, please do not hesitate to like, share, comment, anything that you do for this podcast or anything that I post would really go a long way. I'd really appreciate your support. Again, wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. And if you weren't listening, I don't know who would be. Okay, so let's break it down. Let's talk about today's episode. Do you hold yourself accountable or do you hold yourself hostage? Okay, so when most people figure out what they want, when most people decide that they want to achieve a goal, what they do is they start to figure out, what they have to do in order to get it. And some of us create to-do lists. We'll write, I don't know, let's go to the gym. All right. We're going to put that in the to-do list. Today I'm going to go to the gym. And then you sit down and then you watch Netflix for hours. So nothing happens with that to-do list. Okay. So in that case, you're not holding yourself accountable. You are holding yourself hostage to your laziness. Okay. And in some other cases, you guys could write on your to-do list, I'm going to prep healthy meals. And moments later, not even seconds later, you find yourself scrolling through Uber Eats or the pizza app, whatever it is, and you end up just ordering a takeout. Okay. And this is an example of holding yourself hostage and not holding yourself accountable. Like you are trying to hold yourself accountable, but you're not actually doing it because your actions aren't aligning with your words. And I'd be lying to you if I told you that I was perfect and that I always held myself accountable instead of holding myself hostage. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later on in today's episode because I haven't been, and I'll give you an example. Okay. So let's just take a step back. Let's look at this from another perspective, guys. Okay. When we look at changing your body, burning fat, building muscle, whatever it is, for most of you listening, you want to burn fat. So, we'll just take it in that context. Nutrition itself isn't the only thing that counts. Like it's who we become in order to follow the nutrition protocol that does count. Because again, you've heard of the saying, you can bring the camel or the horse to the water, but you can't force it to drink. The very same thing applies with your fitness journey, right? And the only difference, the only barrier between getting to the water and drinking the water is the difference between holding yourself accountable and holding yourself hostage through lack of accountability. Do you follow? Does that make sense? So, again, guys, most of us focus on what we have to do, which is in the case of drinking the water, you drink the water or prepping the meals or going to the gym and putting in the real effort. Like we focus on what needs to be done when in actuality, we have to put a little bit more emphasis on who we have to be in order to become the person that does that thing so that not only we can do the thing but that so we can do it with less effort and so that we can do it consistently. And why is that important? Why is that the most important thing? Well, like let's think of it. If you have to struggle to do the things that you need to do in order to get to where you want to go, that's because your current personality, the current habits that you have right now, like it's hard for that person who you currently are to do the thing. But once you shift into another person, or not another person, but shift into adopting other habits that make it easier for you to implement those things, then it becomes a lot easier. Again, as they say, you'll know it like the back of your hand. It'll be just natural to you. And if you're not doing the thing, it'll feel awkward that you're not doing it. It becomes opposite. Instead of it becoming really hard, it becomes very, very, very easy and almost just a way of life. And you don't want to live your life anyway outside of living your life the way that you've reprogrammed yourself to. Does that make sense? So, a fitness program won't permanently change your lifestyle unless your mindset changes first. And a lot of us have this mindset of being a hostage instead of, being held accountable, instead of looking at ourselves in the mirror, identifying what we're doing wrong, and reaching out for help in order to actually make sure that we don't make the mistake again, or we don't continue to make the mistake. And like, guys, I was listening to one of my mentors this morning, and he was talking about again, this applies to pretty much everything outside of just fitness, but we're going to keep it fitness related. If you can look at yourself in the mirror and honestly say that you've put an effort towards something and it didn't work out, and you struggle with forgiving yourself, or at least understanding what you need to change in order to get to that position where you like are now in alignment and you are now getting results, all you got to do, and you have to be sincere. Like, this is not a game. When you're looking at yourself and you're like actually serious about changing, this is like for real. Like, you got to be sincere. You look at yourself and you say, okay, like, I'm actually sorry for the fact that I didn't keep my word. I didn't do the thing that I said I was going to do, because you are sorry about it, because you don't like living the way that you're living. You don't like having the extra body fat. You want to burn the body fat. You want to change your life. You want to eat healthier. And so literally fucking apologize to yourself. Okay, this is a form of accountability, guys. Apologize to yourself and understand that if you are not quitting on this, it means that you have to have changed behavior moving forward. So make the acknowledgement and commit to the fact that, okay, well, yeah, I fucked up. But I'm here telling myself that I fucked up, not to beat myself up, but to understand that I'm in the game to win. I'm in the game for the long haul, not even just to win, just to succeed, which means staying to play. Okay, so you just continue to play the game. And how do we do that? We look at the mirror, we say, fuck, I made a mistake, but I'm here to play no matter what. And I'm always going to get results because I'm here to stay. Okay, and my changed actions, my changed behavior and activity is the only thing that's going to perpetuate success. And this applies to everything in our life whenever we make a mistake. Okay, so forgive yourself on that part. Be a little bit more lenient. It's part of taking accountability, because you're not going to be perfect. And believe me, guys, when I tell you, I am one of the furthest fucking things from perfect. So take that with grace. Take that not even with a grain of salt. Matter of fact, put the tablespoon down, because I fucking mean that. If you can be honest with yourself and say, yeah, I've been fucking up, but I'm here to stay. I'm not, I'm not here to pick up and drop the ball. I'm not here to quit. I'm not here to cancel out on myself. Once you can say that and you sincerely mean that, and you're willing to continuously put in the actions no matter how you feel, even if you do fuck up sometimes, then that's what matters most in the end, because you will prevail. As long as you're honest enough to be accountable to yourself and actually mean it and have your actions align with the meaning, and your actions are aligning with your confessions. Okay? Because it's more important. It's what is more important in our fitness journey is who we actually become in order to fulfill the goals. Because if it's torture for us to like fulfill the goals every single time, then nothing's going to change when we hit our goal. Because yeah, congratulations, we hit our goal, but it's just as difficult as it was when it started if you haven't shifted fully into that person, if you haven't, truly become accountable. Like, if you've just been following instructions as a robot and you weren't owning that, then the moment that you achieve this goal, first of all, you're not even going to set another goal up. So you're setting yourself up for failure. And the second thing is, you weren't really honoring the process. You were just sort of mowing your way through it and just trekking through it, which isn't going to help you in the long run, because who you become at the end of your journey isn't necessarily who you become along the journey. Okay, but who you are along the journey is the most important person, because that's permanent. That's what allows you to continue. That's the person who continues to set the goals and continues to fucking crush them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you have to be that person in order, to truly see success, and you have to be that person to get rid of this like hostage mindset. You have to be that person to truly be able to hold yourself accountable no matter what, even after you achieve the set goal. Okay? As I said, guys, a fitness program won't permanently change your lifestyle unless your mindset changes first. Like, think of it like this. I'm going to just be a little bit vulnerable here, guys. Like, I'm fucking horrible at basketball. It's truth. Like, I'm generally shit at basketball. Never played it in high school, never played it ever. I'm probably the only black guy that you'll ever hear in their life admit to being shit at basketball. And it's cool. It's all right. It's life. Whatever. I'm good at other things. All right. So let's say that I walk into Foot Locker Foot Locker is where you buy sneakers and shit, basketball sneakers. So I walk into Foot Locker or Adidas, whatever it is, Nike, and I buy the latest LeBron or Kobe or Stephen Curry basketball gear, shoes, equipment, anything, you name it. Like I buy all the top-notch basketball gear. Okay? Like, do you think that will make me a better player? Like, because I have all that gear and I'm wearing all this cool fucking tech that's statistically supposed to make me a better basketball player, and I honestly suck at basketball, like, will I magically be able to drop threes like Curry? How many of you guys remember that movie? It's coming to my head now. I don't know why I forgot the title now of all times. I think it's Like Mike. Yeah, those sneakers. You wear those sneakers, he just gets those magic skills. Like, does it work like that? Fuck no. I won't be able to drop threes. I might not even be able to dribble. Okay, the point is, it's the same thing that applies to bodybuilding or growing your muscle or burning fat. Anything in your fitness journey, or in your life for that matter, when it comes to accountability. There's only one way to hack the system, and that way is through holding yourself accountable. Okay, not just fucking writing down a to-do list or making false promises, or downloading a fucking fancy app to help you track your tasks. Like, I'm talking about someone who will actually make a difference in your life, like someone who will keep you in check, you know? Like, outside of fitness, therapists exist for this. And inside of fitness, we have coaches, because coaches are great for knowledge, but knowledge or programming isn't fucking everything, as I just explained. Guys, we literally have Chat GPT, Google, and YouTube. It's 2023, baby. All the information on how to lose weight, how to build muscle, the best supplements to take, all this, it literally fucking already exists at your fingertips. Like, you have the information. If you're watching this or if you're listening to this, you can literally turn this off, either go to 200 plus of the episodes where I talk about it, or you can go to ChatGPT, YouTube, or Google and learn how to lose weight. But why don't people do it? Why is it so hard for people to act on it? Well, it's because we're holding ourselves hostage instead of accountable. Does that make sense? Like, you have the knowledge, but you're holding yourself hostage by procrastinating. You have the tools, the phone in your hand, all the intellectual property that exists on the World Wide Web, but you stop yourself from committing to a certain goal because you have shiny object syndrome, which is like, you see one way of doing it, so, I can just go keto, or maybe I should go paleo, or maybe I should go vegan, and you get so confused. Or lack of delayed gratification. You have the phone in your hand, which is an amazing tool to learn, but you only use that fucking shit for, like, Uber Eats or eating pizza or God knows whatever else you use your phone for. Okay, lack of impulse control, ego, guys. And this one was for me a big one that I said at the start of the episode that I was going to talk about. Ego, man. I was Mr. Know-It-All. I was Mr. Bro, I'm already jacked. What the fuck can you teach me? Some of you guys listening to this, that might be you. Okay. Also, laziness, self-doubt, negative self-beliefs, which was also me. And probably a lot of you guys probably don't think it's possible that you can see a change in your fitness or in your life in any other aspect. Okay. So, guys, these are the ways that we commonly hold ourselves hostage. And during a large chunk of my journey, I underwent a lot of trial and error. Yes, me, IFBB Pro, I screwed the fuck up. Right. And like, I could have done things faster if I had a coach. But because of my massive ego, I was like, as I said, guys, I was Mr. Know-It-All. Like, you couldn't tell me shit. And this was before I was a pro. This is when I was a national level athlete. Actually, this was even before that. Right? And when I had that ego, I was holding myself hostage instead of, actually getting to a level where I can hold myself accountable. Okay? And for those of you listening on this podcast, just sit with that. How many of you guys are doing that yourself? Like, guys, I remember when I hired my first coach, I gained about 10 to 15 pounds in 2 months when I hired my first coach. Okay. Before then, I was struggling to get the same results over the span of 8 months that I got in 2. And he pushed me to believe so fucking much in myself, like more than I even thought was possible, by making me work my ass off in the kitchen and in the gym. He was like a drill sergeant to me. Like, he truly kept me accountable. As I said, the information's at your fingertips. We have Chat GPT, Google, YouTube. You can figure out how to lose fat today. or you can go to 200 plus episodes on this podcast, right? But the reason why you aren't going to do it is because you keep yourself hostage, not accountable. You understand that? And sometimes we can't keep ourselves accountable. And I was one of those people because my ego was blocking me. So what did I do? I hired the help. Same thing goes for my business. Didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But I was convinced that, I can save an extra dollar and then learn how to build this business thing on my own, when there were people that made the same mistakes 100 times that were far ahead of me that could teach me. So what I fucking do in the end, after banging my head on the wall a billion times, I hired the help. Okay? And because of that, what took me almost 10 years in my fitness journey, I realized now could have just taken me 5 had I, paid with money instead of time, and stopped holding myself hostage with my negative self-beliefs or whatever beliefs I had that stopped me from making the investments or making the commitments or the sacrifices needed in order to get the results that I wanted. Do you follow? Does that make sense? Guys, if I acted sooner, if I stopped holding myself hostage, I don't even know where I'd be today. Like I would like, if I'm looking back, I'm saying, like, let's say I was, through and through, I could see exactly what I needed to do, who I needed to talk to, and I never held myself hostage. I don't even know how far ahead I'd be today. Sure, I'm cool with the fact that I made mistakes in my life. I can live with that, but understanding how far I've come by removing the hostage situation and allowing myself to step into accountability no matter how uncomfortable it fucking felt, like the amount of progress in this short period of time compared to the long period of time and, subpar results, I can really see the value of it. I'm like, fuck, I wish I did this thing early. But it's okay because I'm still here and I'm still going where I want to go. And now I know what I'm supposed to know in order to go where I'm supposed to go. And I hope you do as well. Listen, guys, you either pay with time or you pay with money. You can achieve the goals that would normally take you 2 years to do alone in 6 months. And truly, it depends on how willing you are to hit your goal. Like, know that the winning recipe, which is accountability in this case, is key. Whether you can provide it to yourself or whether you can invest in resources to help you get the accountability that you need in whatever facet of life. And if you think this is bull, well, look at it outside of fitness. This exists in the form of therapy. This exists in the form of mentorship in the business. This exists in form of, why do you go to university? Sure, you want to get your degree, you want to graduate. Why do you go to college? You want to get your diploma, whatever it is for your job. But what do they do ultimately? They hold you accountable to ingesting and retaining the knowledge that they have to teach you. Because let's be honest here, what they can teach you, you can go online and fucking learn. Of course, you need the certification. That's the main reason why you're paying to go to these schools. But if you weren't being tested, what is the real way that you're going to really retain this knowledge? Like, the same thing goes with fitness. Like, if there were no results, if you had no check-ins, if there were no measurements of progress, how would you know that anything is working? And how do we enforce things to get us to a point where we can measure our progress? How do you get to a point where you do your tests and your exams? You hold yourself accountable by fucking studying, because results are on the line and results are what you want. And you either pay with time, banging your head against the wall, struggling to study, banging your head against the wall, struggling to burn fat, or you hire a tutor or you hire a coach. Okay? And the only thing that stops us from doing these things is being held hostage in our mind with whatever beliefs or lack thereof that we do have. Okay? Understand that accountability is key, and understand that you can bend the winning recipe in your favor if you don't want to waste time going circles alone. Does that make sense? Like, guys, we can always make more money, but we can never, ever take back or make more time. Let that sink in. All right, you decide. Would you rather lose time or money? Would you rather be accountable or hold yourself hostage? Like, you don't have to struggle with motivation when there are professionals like myself who can solve that problem for you. All right? That's all I wanted to bring to your attention today, guys. That's it. That's all. If you like this episode, please share it out to a friend. Don't forget to like, share, and comment this podcast. leave a review to show your support. It really does go a long way if you did like this. Again, guys, wouldn't be able to do this without you. If you weren't listening, I don't know who would be. All right. Hope I was able to deliver a valuable experience to you guys and girls today. Thank you so much for your precious time and attention. Let's embrace our inner meathead together. It's been nice chatting. Hope you like what today's topic was about. IFBB Pro Matt Butale signing out. Boom. All right, folks. Podcast episodes recorded. Appreciate you guys for sticking around. Got it on the later end, but we got it regardless. So, hey, it's going to be uploaded. If you want to listen to the replay, we can listen to the replay. But outside of that, folks, hope you motherfuckers have an amazing day. And we'll be back again tomorrow with another episode of the Meathead of the Mic podcast. You know what time it is. We are out. Boom.